Today I've got my Lego City update for October 2024, and right now the city is just downright in a kind of a disaster stage in parts of the city, as I've actually shifted three of my largest builds just recently into probably their final spots in my layout. And so that is going to be pretty much finalizing other projects in the future. One of them mainly is just waiting on parts, mainly that being my bank, which I've got the parts on order to get that finished. I've got the bestseller parts needed for that already, and I'm just waiting on the standard pieces to still show up, which it's the standard pieces that are needed for the first level to finish the roof here for what I don't have, and then the bestseller pieces are actually the second level to finish to kind of bring everything together. But once that's done, I'm going to shift the bank to somewhere else in the city, and then the Palace Cinema is actually going to go right there, and then the Avengers Tower is going to go next to my corner garage, and then I'm going to hopefully remember to order a 6x16 dark gray plate and some dark red 1x2 slopes to kind of finish off the back balcony for my crook hideout for the second level, just so that that's completely finished, because that's kind of in its final spot. And then so once the Avengers Tower is done, this entire area is pretty much going to be done, because it's going to be kind of a U shape, and the back area here is going to be more of a battle scene with the Sanctum, Avengers Tower, and the Bugle kind of being the three centerpieces to this area. The expansion that just got announced recently, got plans to put that here. And then one of the other main things that I moved again was actually kind of relocated my fire station, because I did actually have that moved back to the back of the city, which is actually where I put my hospital this time. So that actually opened up that expanded area that was kind of the new addition to the layout back when we expanded the city. And so that is all opened up again, and so it might just end up being more space for modulars once this area of the city is full. So right now I think we're sitting at two full base plates here, and then I do have to shift down, and I gotta shift a few other buildings in my one block here, mainly the downtown diner. I gotta shift that to the back row, and then I'll put the assembly square next to that, and the museum, or it's gonna be diner, detective's office, assembly square, and then the museum, and then possibly a corner building. Possibly it's going to be the new modular that's coming out. So that'll open up a bunch of space here. And one of the little projects that I'm actually really happy with, but I don't know how long it's going to stick around. Not for the project itself, but just the building setup that I did. Is just the little city square set up here with my Parisian restaurant, my custom city square, and the hotel. And that's been a kind of a city look that I've wanted in my layout for quite a while. And I had a little bit of a preview to that back in, I think back in 2022 on my Facebook page, which link to that in the description of all of my videos. And so thinking I want to try to get that, possibly I want to keep that if I can for as long as possible, but if I'm not able to, that's perfectly fine. So we'll see how I can pull this off in this current setup. And then one of the other things that I'm probably going to be shifting around is probably going to be the police station. That'll get shifted to somewhere in this block. I don't know where, but we'll see what happens with the current setup and everything. So overall, there hasn't been too much other than shifting buildings lately and trying to just open up more space, which I think I've got 3.25 base plates on that open expanded area where the hospital was at. And then we've got, I think, a total of 3.5 base plates here. So that's already about 6, almost 7 base plates there. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think about 13, maybe 14 possibly, at least 13. And then everything over here on this side of the city as well that hasn't even been touched. And also, with what I've got left for the budget for this year, I might be going for something that I've been trying to go for a number of years when it comes to retired modular buildings, and that is the 2011 Pet Shop Modular. So that is actually kind of on my list for end of year sets for this year. So that is possibly what I'm going to be going for towards the end of this year. But we'll see, considering my Bricks and Minifigs opens up in under a month. So we'll see how everything goes and kind of pans out from there. But overall, this is what I've got for a city update for the month of October. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little city update, and just like and subscribe for more, because I will do more in the future.